What is going on today, guys? Tomcat here, and today we are back for another GTA 5 update video. Now, we're going to be going over the Ill-Gotten Gains update, and this update is awesome because they're bringing in quite a few ridiculously nice supercars. You can see the one on the screen right now, the Enos Windsor. That thing looks absolutely ridiculous. It's kind of like a mixture almost between a Rolls-Royce Wraith, and it kind of looks like it's almost got a little bit of the new Mercedes S-Class in there too, or at least the S-Class Coupe. Now, you see it in one of the wraps here, and apparently they're going to have quite a few different wraps you can choose from. Now, what I'm most excited about with this car is that it looks like it's going to be such a badass heist car. It really, really does. I'm going to be using this a lot on the channel. It's going to be, well, first of all, once this update comes out, I'm going to be bringing you guys tons of coverage of it. Whenever new cars, especially new supercars, hit GTA, I try to make sure that you guys are the first to really see these cars and really see these cars covered, because sometimes some players might not have the cash to buy these cars or might not be able to buy them right off the bat, and I like to make sure you guys get to see these cars as soon as possible and as quickly as possible. Now, in this shot, we see one of the new cars. We also see some of the new clothing items. Now, the car that you're looking at right now is the Pegasi Osiris, and this thing, oh my god, this thing is absolutely incredible. I mean, it just screams Pagani Huayra. You cannot get away from the fact that this thing is basically a GTA version of the Pagani Huayra. It's got the absolutely gorgeous gull-wing doors, and I can't wait to mess around with this. This thing, modified, it looks insane. I've got a picture coming up in a second about how it looks modified, because how it looks modified is so sweet. I mean, it is absolutely ridiculously gorgeous modified. But other than that, even if you decide to leave it stock and just mess with the performance, you've got one hell of a car in your hands. You really, really do. It looks again, absolutely gorgeous. And it's going to be great for races, too, I think. And because it's not too low in the front end, and I think it's going to be decent for loops, and maybe stunting if you're into that. Maybe doing some stunt maps and stuff along those lines. But this is how it looks modified. And I know some people are going to look at the wing on the back and go, Racer! Racer! Racer alert! You know, whatever. People are going to hate on wings. But honestly, I think the wing looks pretty sweet on this car. I think it looks kind of almost GT Racer-ish, but other than that, I mean, the two-tone color scheme looks brilliant. Love the look of the exhaust, too. It's not the Huayra quad exhaust. It doesn't look quite as dramatic as that, but even in the form of a dual exhaust, it really does look great. And with those taillights, they practically took those off of the Huayra, took one of the little lenses out, and plastered them on the back of this thing. That's, again, basically what they've done, is taken the Huayra, erased a couple of pieces, and maybe moved them around just a little bit, and there you go. And I think the thing is, the front end does look a little bit like the LaFerrari. I can't agree with that. It does look a tiny bit like the LaFerrari, maybe in the front bumper, but as far as headlights and stuff go, or, well, especially, I don't want to say headlights, but as far as taillights, you got a Huayra on your hands. Now, this thing is pretty awesome. This is the Albany Virgo, and this thing is, well, first of all, it's a boat, right? This thing is not going to win you very many races, but you are going to be the most badass looking person on the road in the entire game. You are going to be the absolutely beast with this car. This thing, I think, is going to be absolutely necessary to have in your garage. I know I'm gonna get one, and I'm gonna see if I'm going to try and get as many people as I can to get these, because I feel like the customization options on these are probably going to go through the roof. Everybody's is going to be different, and that's what I think I'm going to love about this car, is that my version of it is going to be totally different than your version of it, or EK's version of it, or AR12's version of it. They're all going to be completely different, and that's what I love about cars like this, is that they're completely open to whatever you want to build them into, and however you want them to look. Now, again, with performance, I'm not sure how this thing is going to fare. I think it's probably going to do okay, but it's not going to be any record-shattering vehicle. Now, this is actually a pretty cool helicopter. This is the Buckingham Swift Deluxe, and I love the look of this thing. This thing kind of has a little bit of a, I don't know, a little bit of a military look going on, but at the same time, it looks kind of like just something that you would have, like maybe just to tour around in. But either way, I think it's going to be a really fun helicopter to use. I think it's going to be nice to kind of be able to, I hope it's fast. First off, I hope it's really, 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 really fast, because that's how it looks. If it has the speed to match the looks, and it can carry a decent amount of people, this is going to be a decent alternative to a lot of the helicopters we have now, because a lot of people, they still use the Maverick, and the Maverick is okay. It is pretty quick, but I mean, if this thing can outrun one of those, then I know that I'll be making the switch to one of these for sure, because this thing, again, it looks awesome. I love the way it looks, and I'm just hoping it has the speed to back it up. Now, speaking of speed, this, oh my god, this thing is absolutely insane. The Luxor Deluxe. How could you get a better plane than that? I mean, unless it's a fighter jet. I get you. If it's a fighter jet we're talking about here, then I understand where you're coming from. But if you're talking about a passenger airplane in GTA, this thing pretty much has everything beat. This thing has, it just looks absolutely ridiculous, guys. It just looks, oh my god. You could look at this thing and have the sun reflect off of it, and the sun reflecting off of it would be enough to just make your enemies explode on the spot. That's basically how ridiculously shiny this thing looks, and I'm hoping that with the power of GTA 5 on PC, I'm hoping they can actually really kind of convey those shadows. Now, the next couple of slides I have coming up, or pictures, are not of the vehicles, and I know I normally cover the vehicles, but I kind of wanted to cover the weapons side and clothing side of it too. And this is actually the new, I've completely forgotten this, but I'm blanking completely. Combat PDW, personal defense weapon. That's it. Right. How did I forget that? Anyway, the Combat PDW is basically a basically a combination between a really stubby AR and an SMG. And what this thing is I'm feeling like it's going to be pretty decent in close quarters. You're obviously not going to be using it long range much at all, but I normally race in GTA, as you guys know. I normally drive around, race, do off-roading. I don't normally get into the shooting aspect all too much, but when I do, I like to have a decent array of weapons to use, and this thing actually looks really, really nice in the gold finish. I think it suits it, and I think it works really well for the actual gun itself. I just hit my microphone. Wow. So professional. Anyway, I think it really suits this specific gun, and I think there's gonna be quite a bit more people using this thing. I can see it being a popular weapon if it's good. It depends on if it's good or bad. I'm thinking it's gonna be good, because generally the new weapons that they release have been good and have been pretty effective. But we'll have to see. We'll see how it goes. And if you guys enjoyed this coverage, then don't forget to leave me a like. Tell me in the comment section down below what you guys thought of it. And don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one with gameplay of this update coming very soon. And I will see you guys in the next one. Talk to you guys later, and I hope you guys enjoyed.